my number one, and it's kind of counterintuitive, I think people end up wasting a lot of time because they don't spend the time up front in qualifying properly. So not doing proper research on an account, and I don't mean going in and reading everything. Use an AI prompt to figure out what's the most important thing for this company and using that, and then spending time on qualifying. So I think that also goes into kind of the second part. I think we waste a lot of time showing what we do, like just showing the product, so a lot of wasted time on demoing and not understanding who you're talking to and why they're at the table. And then I think definitely there's time wasted in CRM updating, and it's not that you shouldn't do it, but I think there's a lot of processes and a lot of data filled in there that is not being used, and therefore kind of a waste of time. I think we kind of have this saying, like, where you are is where you start. So we're always very much back to basics. We tend to focus on wanting to look at the next thing. What can we do rather than what have we done? So what I typically do in a coaching situation is starting at where we are. What do we actually know? White space is not a bad thing. It's okay to not know who your champion is or whether you have the right champion, not knowing the metrics, but you have to start at where you are. So going through MedPick is what we use at Qit, and that helps us kind of figure out where we are, what might be stalling, are we talking to the right people, have we identified the right pain, do we know the process? I think generally you have to be close to your team to kind of spot where they're spending their time. I also collaborate a lot with revenue operations, and they typically have a pretty good handle on where people are spending their time, what's being logged, what's not being logged, and they also kind of help us track the efficiency, and you can kind of compare the different AEs, the different SDRs on how they're spending their time, and that's kind of where we start. So looking at the overall data and then dive into the individual behavior. I think one of the areas where we can waste too much time is in the technical demo and in the setting up and doing all of the work. Of course, that's also the most interesting part, where you figure out, is there a tech fit and all of those things. But if we haven't qualified correctly whether or not there is a pain point and a sense of urgency in that deal, we end up spending the AE's time, the customer's time, and also the technical team's time on trying to get the tech fit set up. I think what we should do better, what we should all do better, is stop talking so much, right? I think everyone will always like to talk about what they feel confident about, and that's the product, it's how good we are at solving whatever it is for a given customer, and we kind of forget to spend time understanding the customer better, or the potential buyer that we have. So I think talking is a time waster for a lot of AEs. They kind of miss out on the true pain because they're too busy showing what they can do and what the company can do.